Hi there everybody, it's Roti here from inkybutterfly.com. Thank you for joining me today for another Inspire Create challenge. So those of you who know, I'm on the design team for that particular blog challenge. So, and this time around our theme is love. Okay, so I don't generally have do lots of Valentine cards or anything like that, but love isn't just all about that. There's all kinds of different kinds. So I'm pulling out an oldie but a goodie today to create my card, featuring Petal Park and its coordinating punch. So it's this beautiful Petal Park punch that goes with that. Okay, no sentiments, so I'm going to use a new set called Enduring Beauty, and we've got this lovely Love Endures All Things sentiment, which I thought was nice. Okay, so as I say, this is a design team make. Please do check in the description of this video, and there'll be a link to the Inspire Create Challenges blog, and there'll be links to everybody else's projects in there too. So there'll be lots of ideas all around this theme. Okay, so as I say, this is what we're going to do today. This particular card uses fresh freesia for the card base and the stamping around the with the flowers, and the sentiment is in Blackberry Bliss. It's an absolutely gorgeous combination. Really works well together. Okay. So just to, do something a little different, we're going to bring in Bubble Bath as the key colour. Okay. I've already done a little bit of prep ahead of time. We're going to do loads of punching today. It's all about the punches, no dies today. Okay. So I've got a strip of cardstock. I don't even know what width this is. It's just a scrap out of the bin, which just so happens to be 3/4 of an inch. Okay. Bubble Bath card base, and I've already stamped 2 sets of flowers and punched them out, and just with the Bubble Bath ink. It's a very soft pink. Okay, so we've got those ones. Okay, but we also need some solid flowers as well. So again, just an offcut of cardstock, and we've got the solid stamp here and the Bubble Bath ink. So we'll just get another set of these, or 2 sets actually. Okay, and we're stamping it with that little flower at the sort of 12 o'clock position, because that's how the punch is designed to coordinate with those. So if you do that, it'll make your life a lot easier when you come to punch it out. Okay, so here's our Petal Park punch, and you can just line up those images in there. Just take your time, get that border nice and even around them all, and when you're ready, punch. Okay, just be careful that you don't catch the fleshy bit of your hand in there. I did do that the other day and bruised my hand a little bit, so don't recommend doing that. Just be careful. Okay, and we'll just do that another time. Okay, just want to be mindful of this little leaf element. So if you are doing lots of punching, trying to make the most of cardstock and stuff, just be aware that that is there, and it might chomp into another image if you've got several things stamped. Okay, so I've got 2 each of all the sizes in both the outline and the solid stamping. Okay, alright, so just get away with all of those little scraps there. Okay, so I've got all of these, and we want to give them a bit of shape. Okay, so the way I do it is I get some, this is a foam little mat thing don't even know where it came from, but you want something a little bit spongy. A Stampin' PS mat, even like a magazine catalogue, something like that would work. Just something that you can press into and press into the back. I happen to have one of these large ball embossing tools, but again, something just with a rounded kind of edge will kind of do it. Smooth end of a pen or anything like that. Okay, so I'm just going to rub onto the back and make them into these sort of little cup things, and then use something a little sharper to go into the middle, and you get these lovely little cupped flowers. I don't know whether that shows up so well on camera, but you get these lovely little dimensional flowers. Okay, so we're just going to whiz around all of those, and you know, you kind of, if you didn't want to go to this amount of effort, and then you don't have to, but I do think that having some shape to these really does add a nice little bit of detail. Okay, I like to do this on like butterfly wings as well, but totally optional. You don't have to do this. So for these big ones, this end will probably do it, and then I'll just use the other end for this smaller ones. So there we go, that's all our flowers punched and cut. Okay, and then we need to build up our design. Now, on the original card, I actually built this on around a circle, but I kind of figured that just to mix things up a bit, I might use this, which is the modern oval. Okay, just gives us a different shape. It's quite a bit smaller though, so I think I'll be building it sort of around the edge, more onto the actual pink cardstock, rather than building it onto the punch itself. Okay, so we're just going to pop that down with some adhesive, which I've got here. I've moved things around on my desk, so because I've got a lot of projects on the go at the moment. So let's just pop that in there, and that's more so that there is a definite white centre to the floral element that we're going to put in. Okay, so I don't suppose you have to have it in there. Could have left it and do it freehand, but for me, I felt like I needed something to guide me and make sure I got it in the right shape, if you know what I mean. So wet glue is going to be the thing to use for this one, and we're going to build up the design. Okay, and we're kind of going to make sort of mirrors of each other. Okay, and we're going to alternate between the solid and the outlined images. Okay, and we're just going to position those up. As I say, on the original, I was building this onto the circle and then putting it on afterwards, but I think for this one we'll do it this way around. So I think it's going to look a little bit more rectangular, but that's fine. So the little diddy ones can fit in between once we've got the other elements in place. Okay, so we'll slot these in. And you can decide whether they go under or over or what. Okay, any sort of glue that oozes out is going to dry clear. Okay, probably being a little bit heavy-handed with that glue there, but it does help them stand a little bit more proud as well, having that generous amount of glue there. I think we need a solid one of these in between here. So I think we'll just have one just tucked in there. So you can kind of fiddle around with this because the glue won't dry straight away. You've got time to manipulate it a little bit. Okay, and then this one can slot in up here, like so. And then you can also use the end of this tool just to, or your potato pick or whatever you're using, to just make sure everything's in position where you want it to. So on this occasion we've ended up with 2 of these spare. On the circle it filled it up quite nicely, so there was space for those because it is a slightly bigger shape. And so you've got some room just to manipulate that a little bit. Don't particularly want any of the pink showing in between, but that's that. And then you've got these for something else, or not, as the case may be. You haven't really lost anything. They were gonna get punched out anyway. So because of the way the stamp set works. Okay. So whilst they're all drying nicely, I think my contrast colour today is going to be Berry Burst. So we'll use the same sentiment though. Love endures all things. Okay, and again we've got a really nice straight edge along the bottom there, which will allow us to line that up nicely, just leaving a generous amount that doesn't look too odd on the left there. I've already punched that one end just to help with that placement a little bit. Okay, just going to get that wiped off just quick. Okay, and then we can use our picker punch, Banner's picker punch, to cut that down. So with the picker punches you're going to have to trim it down a little bit, and then but make sure you allow for it. It's going to cut away a little bit off the length, so cut it a bit longer than you think you're going to need, and then you can slot it in the back there, and just make sure it's lined up and straight at the back, because even though the guides are there, sometimes the cardstock can wiggle about a little bit. So just make sure it's straight, and then you can just take off that shape at the end. So that's the Banner's picker punch. This was Modern Oval, which is one of the newer ones. Okay, and if you wanted to use the circle, I actually used the 2 3/8 of an inch circle, the largest punch that we've got. It's part of the online exclusives. Okay, you can use die, of course, if you want to. I just wanted to use punches today, just to showcase those a little bit. Okay, so this guy is just going to go across the middle here. Okay, but there's quite a lot of depth there, so we're going to double up our dimensionals to make sure that that still stands proud in the middle. Okay, so it's going to grab those. Let's get these ones, and we'll pop them more in the middle to make sure they contact this sort of central part. So there's 2. We'll take off the backings and we'll put another 2 right on top of them. That gives us the extra height that we need to make sure that they sit nicely above those flowers. Okay, so just be mindful that your glue may not have already set. So obviously you've got time at home to leave that to dry for a bit. Okay, but obviously for demonstration purposes I'm going straight in with that. The original one I didn't put any bling on, but I feel like this one needs something. I don't know whether it's because it's a paler colour or what, but I don't know, just Shall we do some pearls? Iridescent pearls. I haven't used these in ages because I've been using the new things. So let's use some iridescent pearls and just add a little bit of something to these. Okay, and just accent that just a little bit, like so. Okay. Don't know whether why it felt like it needed it, but it feels like it needs it, whereas this one doesn't feel like it does. Obviously, entirely up to you whether you want to add anything else to your versions of these cards. These are just serving suggestions, of course. And of course, now I can't get those back in there. There we go, that's it. So there we go. That's my cards to celebrate this love theme. Okay, really, really cute. Nice, soft, romantic colours to send. Okay, thanks so much for joining me. I hope that's inspired you. Do check out the Inspire Create Challenges blog post and do submit your entry for this challenge. I think it's number 161, I think. So yeah, check that out, and of course check out everybody else's makes too. Great, thanks ever so much for joining me today. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.